What is blended learning? In our previous article, we define blended learning as a teaching method that combines both online educational resources with instruction from a teacher in a live classroom setting. Unlike traditional education or strictly online programs, blended learning allows today's digital natives to transition between learning in the virtual world and the physical world.
Station rotation blended learning is a model that allows students to rotate through stations on a fixed schedule, where at least one of the stations is an online learning station. This model is most common in elementary schools because teachers are already familiar with rotating in centers and stations. The lab rotation model of blended learning is similar to station rotation, works by allowing students to rotate through stations on a fixed schedule in a dedicated computer lab, allowing for flexible scheduling arrangements with teachers enabling schools to make use of existing computer. Remote blended learning, also referred to as enriched virtual. In enriched virtual blended learning, the students focuses on completing online courseworks while only meeting with the teacher intermittently as needed.
The flex is included types of blended learning, and its model is one in which a course or subject in which online learning is the backbone of students' learning, even if direct students to offline activities at times. The teacher of record is on site and the student learn mostly the thick and mortar campus except for any homework assignments. The teacher of record or other adults provide face-to-face support on a flexible and adaptive as needed basis through activities such as small group instruction, group projects, and individual tutoring. Perhaps the most widely known version of blended learning, a flipped classroom, is one where students are introduced to content at home and practice working through it at school supported by a teacher and their peers. In this way, traditional rules for each space are flipped.
Individual rotation blended learning. The individual rotation model allows students to rotate through stations but on individual schedule set by a teacher or software algorithm. Unlike other rotation models, students do not necessarily rotate to every station, they rotate only to the activities scheduled on their playlist.
Blended project-based learning is a model in which students uses both online learning, either in the form of courses or self-directed access, and face-to-face instruction and collaboration to design, iterate, and publish project-based learning assignments, product, and related artifacts.
And self-directed blended learning, students use combination of online and face-to-face learning to guide their own personal inquiry, achieve formal learning goals, connect with mentors physically and digitally, etc. As the learning is self-directed, the rules of online learning and physical teachers change and there are no formal online courses to complete. In self-directed blended learning, one challenge for teacher is to be able to judge and somehow success of the learning experience without authenticating it. In inside-out blended learning, experiences are planned to finish or end up beyond the physical classroom but still require and benefit from the unique advantages of both physical and digital spaces. In both the outside-in and inside-out models, the nature of the online learning is less critical than the focus on platforms, spaces, people, and opportunity beyond the school walls. The online components could be self-directed inquiry and/or formal e-learning courses and curriculum. In outside-in blended learning, experiences are planned to start in the non-academic, physical, and digital environments. Students use on a daily basis but finish inside the classroom. This could mean traditional letter, grades, and assessment forms or less traditional teaching and learning that simply uses the classroom as a closed circuit, publishing platform, a safe space to share be creative, collaborate, and give and receive feedback that grows students to supplemental blended learning. In this model, students complete either entirely online work to supplement their day-to-day face-to-face learning or entirely face-to-face learning experiences to supplement the learning gained in online courses and activities. The big idea here is supplementing. Critical learning objectives are met entirely in one space, while the opposite space provides the student with specific supplement. Mastery-based blended learning. Students rotate between online and face-to-face learning. Mastery-based blended learning. Students rotate between online and face-to-face learning, activities, assessments, projects, etc. based on the completion of mastery-based learning objectives. Assessment design is crucial in any mastery-based learning experience. The ability to use face-to-face and digital assessment tools is either powerful or complicated depending on the mindset of the learning designer.
Rotational. In the rotational model of blended learning, students spend fixed periods of time either learning virtually or physically. For example, a student may spend an hour taking an online course at a computer lab and the next hour listening to a live lecture in the classroom. This model keeps online learning and the teacher-led instruction separate and distinct. Flipped classroom. This learning model is referred to as flip because it completely flips the function of time in the classroom and time at home. Traditionally, students receive instruction in the classroom and work on projects and homework in the home. However, with the flipped classroom model, students receive instruction and content in the home. Then they come to the classroom to practice what they've learned and to engage in group projects. Flex. The flex model gives students an extremely high degree of control over their learning path. With this model, students take online courses and conduct research throughout the majority of the day, while teachers provide instruction and guidance as needed. The purpose behind the flex model is to allow students to learn independently without leaving them completely unguided. A la carte. The a la carte model is already quite common in traditional universities who offer both physical and online programs. For a student who is unable to attend a course due to time constraints, he or she is able to take the course online in addition to their existing coursework. Enriched virtual. Of all the models of blended learning, the enriched virtual model depends most heavily on online courses. Instead of attending daily classes, students who participate in enriched virtual learning receive the large majority of instruction and content online at home and periodically attend live session with a teacher. A student may attend class twice a week or once a week, depending on the school. The flipped classroom model. Most homeschoolers are probably familiar with this model. Online courses form the basis of the enriched virtual model and add live instruction as a supplement.